Welcome to a new episode of video on my Arduino MegaADK, right here, connected to breadboard with electronics and fischertechnik mechatronics and some more fischertechnik which hasn't been controlled yet or anymore. The first version of my software is still intact. But since something has gone wrong and something is undefined as yet, I am trying to find out what and how went wrong and where it exactly goes wrong. So in the second version I'm doing just that. Last time I managed to get apart from this RC circuit as well as an LED and these LEDs, well, those work, but I found out that the control mechanism for this does not work. The motor works, yes, but when I switch or turn that voltmeter, there's no change. So the problem is not just that the output doesn't give any reliable output. The input seems to be wrong as well. And last time I ended with the idea to explore more of the inputs. So that is what I will start with. So in schematics or physics, this one, yeah, this is not going quite alright. This voltmeter is connected to power and to ground, so I can vary the voltage, and the voltage is being supplied by the board being 5 volts, so that all is alright. I can flex the wire to from A6 to A7 and higher, so that is one of the things to do. Then adjust the program and see whatever happens, because otherwise I may have nothing anymore with it, apart from the fact that that controlling this still works. But if you look at the serial monitor, in which I can display all values, those make no sense. Anyway, let's rewire and check again, because I'm very curious how that will end up. First of all, pliers, and then I hope it works right away. I may hope so. And the wiring is now going to, oops, okay, I have to do it with 2 hands. And keep in mind that this wiring keeps in place. So I will do that off screen and see if everything works. Okay, so now there has been a rewiring and there's a question. So now this is the voltmeter, which is connected to ground, to power, and to let's say input, because this is of course not correct. Voltage is well, let's keep this to voltage, but that's clear because this is VDD. This is a signal. This is the, well, let's keep it that way, whatever. anyway, this is the input to the mechatronics. This used to be A6. Now, when I study... wait. There's something I did wrong. I need this one, not this one. So that may explain my confusion. This is better. There's no change in setting. Or is there? No, there's no change in setting. Alright. But, okay, so let's check on anything. Everything is set to input. Now, which one is the potmeter connected to? So, here is A6, which gives not really good input. So, I am now at A7. So let's see what A7 does. Analog in pin A7, 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 and A7. So I am now reading whatever is on the declared input and on the real input. Because, let's see, this is the real port and this is an easier to use integer, which is now made constant. However, the constant is the integer, not the value. And that is what goes wrong. Very wrong. So, let's upload. Alright, done uploading. Single monitor. 61. Well, that is the maximum whatever value. And here you can see the purple probe. And the purple probe right here. So let's see whatever happens. Lower. That means the signal here is lower. But is the signal on the input lower? Not really, it's still 61. Still 61. So, alright. It may be that this wire, this particular wire, is not correct, is not really connected. That may be a problem. So let me replace the wire. Or at least start with applying it really good. Okay, I have pulled the wire. What is the value now? Because it still says 61. And yeah, I can do now this whatever I can, but this will have no change in the thing. So now the value is still 61. That means that there's a problem in the wiring. So alright, now it's properly in. And it's properly in here. Still 61. That may be so because it's... Now, let's see. Turn it down. And it remains 61. And I'm not happy with that result. how can I make sure that that is a good result, that the wire is anyway giving it a nice value? By taking another probe, of course. So I am adding the fourth probe. And I'm measuring it on A7. So A7. So now when I measure it, when I turn the potmeter, yeah, well, this means that the wire does work. But does the value A7 change? Not in the least. Not in the least. Alright, then something else. How much value here? And look at the blue probe under. So that means here it is next to nothing. Not entirely correct, of course, but how much is this? Full. Oops, I shouldn't do that. No harm done. Wait. Yeah, this is good. This is good, kind of good. So, in that perspective, everything is alright, except that A7 does not read correct. So that makes me kind of worried. Why is A6 wrong? Why is A7 wrong? Why are all these values wrong? That could mean that my board is completely ruined, and I don't like the prospect of that one. And then you notice something that you haven't noticed before: a big fault, a big problem in coding. Which is that if you want to use a value, by all means read it. So I added here analog read A7, and guess what happens? It reads it. So I will now add this one as well. And that should be it. So analog A5 is not connected right now, so that oh, it's 318, 325. Anyway, if I now change the value, look at the oscilloscope, the purple line. So I change it, and look, A7 changes with it. Going to the opposite end, low value and high value. By the way, you do notice that analog in pin for A7 and A7 give different value. On the other hand, look at the speed of mechatronics right here. Does it indeed change? I can't say it does. So where is the output? The output is being done to pin 4. Alright. Then I need the output. So let's take this. No longer. Oh yeah, right. Wait. I need. Where's my schematics? Motor with chain is coming from where? 4. So that is correct. So no, not this one. I should take. Going not here. Going here. And put it to analog read a. Let me put it here. Yes. This will change the whole thing. Yeah, or should be. Analog write, analog out pin 4, and then the value. Let's see whatever that happens. Analog out pin 4 says here 4. Do I have another one? No, not really. But let's see what happens now if I'm not once again code blind. It has stopped. Full power now. Ah, see, now it responds. Look right here. But something remarkable, the speed is just 1. As soon as it reaches maximum, it goes. Alright, so with this result, which I put at code blindness, let's put it that way. This is analog out. This is analog in, because you write it to it. Have I made a mistake here somewhere as well? Alright, let's go somewhere here. Yeah, what I can't explain yet is why these values are not the same. Not always the same. After all, I declared one to be the other. They're the same. And also, y is here digital output pin 4 is 4. Well, that doesn't make sense. I write it out, or am I doing something else wrong? Okay, I will need to verify that. Alright, to check for any more peculiarities, I am watching out pin 5, which is this line. If you watch the camera view, orange line towards this big LED, and I've put the probe here to the LED, and if you watch the output, you can see that analog out pin 5 is set to 5. However, I am writing 64. So the question is this 64 or 5? Out of 255, which is the maximum, you can divide to 128, which is half, and to 64, which is a quarter. This doesn't look like a quarter to me, this looks like very short. So let me change then this to 128, which should be half of the total thing. Let's go there. And the question is this really half? Okay, is this pulse width? Yes, it is pulse width modulation. And to be honest, this does not look like 128. 255. Then I'm sure. 255 is, oh, look at this. This is 255, no doubt. Going back, 128. I would expect half, not something like this. So this is rather odd. 127, 128 doesn't matter, but the outcome is odd, very odd. So I go to 128 for 64, 32. 32 it is. Okay, it is even here smaller. That is good. Well, 32, but it's still strange. I have to adapt. Yeah, and this doesn't really. Okay, let me change this to channel. No, change this to channel 4. Alright, so now this is alright, 32 then. 64 next. Will this be, yeah, alright, it is bigger, 64. Next, 128 would be half. Yeah, okay, half a period. So that's good. And here, so now I have changed the input to 125, and I say analog out pin 5 is analog out pin 5, which is 5. Okay, what am I doing wrong? Am I doing something wrong? Okay, yeah, it might be called brightness, but this shows, by the way, that the port itself is not broken. Not broken at all. This just shows that something in the coding is not very correct. And here analog out pin, A5 is some, yeah, alright. I'm with analog out pin 5, that's the topic. So still, the question, the big question, why are out pin, why are the out pins giving these values? That is the big question. And I can't yet answer it. So, this is correct. This is correct. This one is. This one is. And that one should be, although it's very. Oh, that's right. That's right. That is pin number 3. Out pin 3. 127. Let's make that 128 or whatever. Now let's keep it this way. So which is connected to where? The LED. It is, oops, don't break it. And which probe? Be careful, be careful. Is this correct? No, this is not correct. If I want to measure that, I want to do something, I have to do it via the switch. That's the whole point. And that is working, but not the way I that was not also the point. Is not the way, not working the way it should be. This should work. So with the switch, this should work the other way around, or I should have another look at the code. And then I'm almost at the end of this episode. And look at this signal. There is some delay in the camera, but that's interesting to see what happens when I press that switch. Oh, look. Strange effect. Alright. Alright, thank you for watching. Yeah, well, you know what I've done, so not really necessary to repeat. If you like this video, please subscribe to my channel. Give the video a thumbs up, leave a comment if you like. Also, suggestions are welcome. You can also follow me on Twitter. If so, please retweet, like and leave a comment. You can also follow me on Instagram. Please like and leave a comment. You can show your support by making a little donation. More information about how to donate on our website, which is listed in the description box, as well as at the start of this video. You can also become a patron and have your name mentioned. For that as well, please see my website and my Patreon page. This is certainly going to be continued. Little steps forward, but still mysteries to solve. Once again, thank you and bye bye.